So today I'm going to be attempting to make a resin and bark turned version of one of these guys. One challenge I had was a mold. However, I think I've solved that issue. The simple little smart water bottle. It seems to be the perfect diameter to make a blank for this guy. Yay! Oh my gosh. Alright. So, let's get started. So, got some stuff. I've got some walnut bark with a bit of resin from another project. May use some of that. I like the color for the walnut. Looks pretty nice. And then I've got this, which is a bit of maple and walnut mixed. Kind of the choices I have. I could grab some more walnut, or not walnut, maple. I could just grab more maple, but I think I want to go with this darker color stuff. So I'm going to work on getting a bit of this resin out of it. I don't really want that in there. That's what we're going to do. Yeah. Alright, well, I got most of the big stuff out of it that I needed, I wanted to get out of it, and I think that it will do kind of a cool mix anyway. So, yeah. Yeah, just a bit of maple. Safe. Always safer to have more than you need. Thinking that with the resin, that should be good. Oh boy, I need more resin. I will accept donations, because I am broke. Okay.
All right, gonna get this in the tank and see how it looks in the morning.
Oh man, well, there it is. Looks like a weird dog food no-bake cookie on top. Gross. Alright, well, looks pretty neat. Kind of a cool texture in there. I've got this nice chunk of melted plastic on the bottom. Gotta figure out how to get that out of there. So, it's too small. But, I have an idea. What I'm thinking is that I could possibly use this for the top part, and then I'll glue a piece of wood on the bottom for this little base. And then it'll just be kind of the cup that's made out of this stuff. Kind of just, I think I'm just going to cut off this top part to flatten it so that I can get it on the lathe and turn off this little chunk of plastic. And we'll see if it works from there. Alright, it's gonna be tricky. So this divot here, I don't know if it's gonna be big enough. Still, I didn't cut that very flat. Whoops. Alright, I'm gonna flatten this off a little more and then glue some wood to the bottom of this for a base. Yeah. More and more of this is becoming wood. Poopies, scoopers. So, I've got this piece that I kind of like. It's got some little bit of spalting kind of going through it. I think that might be a good combo. Way to go. These two don't quite match up. Well, that's not flat enough. Alright. So I'm going to flatten this side, and then hopefully those will match. I'll glue them up, and then should be able to get it on the lathe. Alright. These now marry up quite nicely. I'm just going to cut off these bigger corners though to try to, just going to circle where this fits well. Just kind of minimize how much I have to take off on the lathe, reduce the whale bell, reduce risk of damage while I'm doing that. And now we wait for this to dry. And we shall come back to it tomorrow. Well, it is done drying. Oh, so I think I'm just gonna stick it on the lathe and round it out. See what it looks like from there. Yes. Yes. So, this is what it looks like at the moment. It's pretty close to my reference one. It's a little differently shaped. I don't have as much of a thin taper at the top there, but you know, this will just be like my interpretation of it or whatever. Also, the walls are a little thicker than I would want, but I mean, at their thickest they're like that, so it's not too bad. It'll just means it'll hold up better, right? More sturdy. So yeah, I'm gonna polish it up a bit, see how it looks. Something I am noticing, and I think it's because I had packed it so intensely with the shavings and the dust, just because of how low on resin I was when I cast this. But there's all kinds of little... I'll change the focus real quick. Alright, so there's all these little holes that are kind of popping up. And I think it's just, you know, little pockets made by the... right, a shiny spot. Interesting. All the sawdust and just deep, intense, close packing on all this shit. So, I think I'm gonna polish it up a bit, just to the point that it's really smooth. And then I'm just gonna yes. So with what little resin I do have left, I'm just gonna coat it after I get it not glass polish level, just smooth, so that when it is, you know, coated again, it doesn't just have the unsanded texture still. And once I coat it in the resin, it'll be all super shiny. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Yes. Quite. Here it is, sanded up a bit. Still a little rough. Got it to 400 grit, so it'll be a nice surface to apply a coat of resin to kind of fill in these little holes and give it a nice glossy finish all over it. Yeah, so I'm just going to go in and remove some of the sawdust that got into some of these holes while sanding it, just so that when it's coated in the resin, it'll just look a little bit nicer. Hopefully the bubbles will be a little less visible because of it. Okay. It's gonna go in the pot for a bit, and let's see how it turns out. Okie dokie. So just pulled it out of the pot, and looks pretty good. It's got a little bit of a bumpy surface from the resin, so I'm gonna polish that up a bit. Feels really nice on the wood though. No bumpage there. So I'm gonna polish it up and then cut it off. Just put a little bit of sealer on the bottom, I think, and then this first attempt of this style of cup shall be done. Yeah. Alright, let's polish a bit. Okie dokie, here we go. A cup. Kinda neat compared to the model. It's decently close, you know. For my first attempt, it's pretty good, I think. Yeah, just gonna clean it up a bit and it's all done, yay! Fancy.